Blood drips from his fingertips. The room is silent. Then suddenly, the lights flicker and someone screams. That's how the new official clip from Squid Game Season 3 begins. One look and it's clear. This season isn't just a game. It's a war. The stakes are higher, the face is colder, and even the silence feels dangerous. But what does it all mean? And what secrets are hiding in this short, brutal scene? Let's break it down. The clip opens in a dimly lit hallway, metal walls, sweating with condensation. A new group of contestants is being marched down a tight corridor, dressed in fresh green tracksuits. Their faces are tight with fear, some trying to act tough, others already trembling. There's no dialogue at first, only the sound of their footsteps echoing like a countdown. That silence is important. It tells us that something big is about to happen. And it does. Suddenly, the doors open into a large circular room. Unlike anything we saw in seasons 1 or 2, it's cold and metallic, with red lights blinking slowly from the ceiling like a heartbeat. The masked guards still and redline the walls, but there's something new about them. Their masks now show different symbols, some with lightning bolts, others with broken clocks. This isn't just about shape hierarchy anymore. It's about roles and possibly new rules. Then comes the voice. A soft but cold female voice speaking in a new tone. You are not here to play, you are here to decide. It echoes through the chamber. The contestants look at one another, confused. This sentence flips everything. In past seasons, players were simply pawns. But this time, they might have control, or at least think they do. A spotlight falls on the center of the room. There, a small table rises from the floor with 3 buttons, red, blue, and black. No instructions are given. The group is told to choose wisely. One man steps forward, older, mid-40s, looks ex-military. He presses the black button. What follows is brutal. A trapdoor beneath him opens, and he's gone in a flash. The room screams. A young girl breaks down crying. One masked guard steps forward with a long metal stick and slams it on the ground. Silence again. This isn't just punishment, it's a message. There is no logic here. Only consequence. Another detail that fans might miss. The back wall has strange writing carved into the metal. It's in Korean but roughly translates to, mercy is earned. This could hint at future challenges. Or maybe even a twist where players can influence their own fate or each other's. The red and blue lights pulse harder now, almost like the room is alive. Then something unexpected happens. A figure steps into the room, dressed differently. He wears a black uniform with gold trim and a golden triangle on his mask. He walks past the guards, past the contestants, and stands by the buttons. With a single motion, he presses the red button. Nothing happens. Instead, a screen lights up showing Phase 2 begins now. Cut to black. That's where the clip ends. Just enough to leave you confused, nervous, and hungry for answers. Netflix didn't give much, but what they did show was enough to raise dozens of questions. Who is this new leader in black? Are there multiple phases now? And more importantly, what do the buttons actually represent? Choice? Fate? Or is it all a trick? From set design to body language, everything in this scene screams psychological warfare. It's not about survival anymore. It's about trust, betrayal, and control. And judging by this single clip, Squid Game 3 plans to push those themes harder than ever before. They don't speak, they don't cry, but their eyes say everything. The new players in Squid Game Season 3 are not the same as before. In this season, Netflix isn't just introducing fresh faces, they're introducing threats. These are not people who were forced into the game. Some of them came here on purpose. And that changes everything. The clip introduces about 12 new contestants. Each one is different, not just in age or gender, but in the energy they carry. In Season 1, most players were desperate, broken, poor. In Season 3, we see something else, a quiet calm on some faces, and a hidden hunger behind others. That calm, it's more terrifying than fear. One man stands out. He's tall, bald, wearing a green tracksuit like the others, but his posture is too confident. His hands are behind his back, and even when the guard yells, he doesn't flinch. His eyes move slowly across the room like he's studying everyone, picking out weaknesses. Some fans are already calling him the commander online, guessing he might be ex-special forces or a secret agent. Is he really a player or something else? Then there's the teenage girl with a red ribbon in her hair. She looks innocent. Small, maybe 16 or 17, but when the first trapdoor opens and the older man falls, her expression doesn't change. She doesn't cry, she doesn't blink. She simply watches, cold, that type of silence in a game like this. It means she's dangerous. Or she's already seen too much. A third player grabs attention, a middle-aged woman with scars along her neck. She holds her arms tightly around herself, constantly looking over her shoulder. Some fans believe she's a returning player, someone who might have survived a past game and got dragged back in. If that's true, she might hold key knowledge. The others don't, but if she speaks up, she becomes a target. So for now, she stays silent. The diversity of the group is also interesting. There's a businessman in a gray suit, still wearing it beneath his tracksuit, like he refused to let go of his identity. There's a young man with tattoos crawling up his neck who looks more like a gang member than a victim. There's even an elderly man with a cane, barely able to stand straight, but somehow still chosen to play. But the most important thing we noticed, the numbers are not starting at 001 this time. They begin at 701. That means hundreds of players already came. Before them, or maybe this is just one group out of many. Could it be that the game is happening in different locations at the same time? Or is this group joining late into a larger season? Also, the symbols on their clothes are different. While the old players had plain green tracksuits, these ones have thin black stripes running along the arms, and on some there are strange barcodes. One player, a woman in her 30s, tries to scratch hers off during the clip, but a guard immediately steps forward and stops her. Why are they marked like this? Is someone tracking them? Are they being ranked by something unseen? This time, it's not just about money or debt. That much is clear. The expressions, the way the guards act, the design of the room, everything, points to a new kind of selection. Some of these players may be criminals, some may be volunteers, others might be bait. And for the first time, we get a sense that some of them already know each other. In one small moment, just before the spotlight hits the center button panel, two men exchange a look, just a second, but long enough to say, "We've done this before." That changes the entire setup. Could they be part of a larger plan? Could this be an inside job? Netflix is showing us more than new contestants. They're showing us a shift in tone. These are no longer helpless people caught in a deadly game. These are individuals with secrets, goals, and maybe their own agendas. And as the episode unfolds, we'll likely discover that the biggest threat isn't the guards or the games. It's each other, asterisk. The game is back, but it's no longer the same game. From the very first second of the new clip, it becomes clear. This is not about survival anymore. It's about control. And the most chilling part? The rules are no longer written on the walls. They are written in fear, silence, and the decisions each player must make. In seasons 1 and 2, everything was simple. You play the game, follow the rule, or die. It was brutal but clear, but now there is no voice announcing the rules. No friendly tune to mark the start. The clip shows us a cold, shadowy room with glowing lights, strange buttons, and masked guards who no longer speak. The silence is the new language of power. And confusion is part of the game, the biggest change. Players are now expected to choose without knowing the consequence. When one man presses the black button and falls to his death, there's no warning. No reaction from the host, just silence. That tells us something big. This version of the game wants players to destroy themselves through their own choices. There is no longer a clear enemy. There's only the question, what if I'm next? And did you notice? The masks worn by the guards are no longer just circles, triangles, and squares. Some now have symbols like flames, arrows, and timepieces. That hints at something more advanced, a deeper hierarchy. Or maybe each symbol now represents a different punishment style, or task, or authority level. Fans are already speculating that these symbols might connect to new types of games. No more red light, green light. Maybe something more psychological, something darker, even the setting is different. Instead of colorful playgrounds or childhood-themed areas, this clip takes place in a sterile, metallic environment, more like a lab or an underground base. The lighting is harsh and cold. Everything feels manufactured, controlled. Like someone is watching not just how players act, but how they think. Could this mean the game is becoming a long-term experiment? A study of the human mind under pressure? There's also the mystery of the buttons. Red, blue, black. No explanation, just a quiet order. Choose wisely. This is not a game about speed or reaction anymore. It's about decision-making. And that decision, once made, cannot be reversed. That alone introduces something brand new, doubt. In previous seasons, players knew what to expect. Now, they don't even know if standing still will save them or kill them. We also see something that didn't happen before. Players watching each other's punishment in full view. There's no curtain, no hiding the consequences. One death becomes everyone's lesson. But instead of creating unity, it creates panic. That panic spreads like disease, and the game masters know it. They are feeding off the fear, not just the action. Another clue in the background machines. Big ones, with blinking monitors, long mechanical arms, and scanners that pass over each player. One of the guards pushes a button and a player's image appears on the screen, showing their heart rate, brain scan, and even recent memories and flashes. What does this mean? Are they testing emotional reactions? Are they designing the next round based on each player's mental state? And the final twist in the clip just before it ends, a screen flashes a sentence in red. Failure is no longer the end, it is the beginning. This line shakes everything we thought we knew. In seasons 1 and 2, failure meant death. Now it might mean something worse, captivity, more games, a transformation into something even more terrifying. It seems Squid Game 3 is taking a massive turn away from physical tests and moving toward mental, emotional, and even moral torture. Players may not die immediately, but they will suffer and maybe even be used for some greater purpose. Experiments. Revenge or twisted entertainment? We don't know yet. But we do know one thing. The rules are gone. This isn't a playground anymore. It's a maze of manipulation. And the scariest part? The players might not realize they are already part of a game within the game. Asterisk, they said the game was over. They said the winners walked away. But what if that was all a lie? The official clip from Squid Game Season 3 doesn't just tease a new round, it hints at something much more dangerous. And now the internet is full of theories, predictions, and warnings. Because if this short scene tells us anything, it's that the real game has only just begun. One of the most talked about theories is the idea of multiple arenas. In the past, all players were kept in the same location, forced to compete in the same challenges. But now, with the starting number at 701, fans believe the game has expanded. What if there are several versions of the game happening at once in different locations? Could winners from other groups eventually be forced to fight each other in a final round? A deadly championship? And then there's the mysterious man in the black uniform with the golden triangle mask. He appears only at the end of the clip, silent, powerful, and calm. He doesn't speak, he doesn't need to. With one press of a button, he changes everything. Many fans believe he is the new front man, or worse, the man above even him. Some Reddit users say he might be a past winner, someone who chose to join the system instead of escaping it. Others think he could be related to Ji I-hun, possibly the one pulling strings to expose the game from within. Either way, his presence means the power structure is shifting. And that means nothing is safe anymore. Another theory focuses on the 3 buttons, red, blue, and black. In Season 1, there was a viral theory about players choosing red or blue when offered jobs by recruiters. Some said it decided whether you became a player or a guard. This time, the buttons return, but with deadly outcomes. The black button killed instantly. The red button triggered Phase 2, but the blue button remains untouched. Could this be the key to something secret? A hidden path? A test of disobedience? Some fans also noticed something strange on the clip's background screens: flashes of real-world images, protests, bank crashes, news anchors. It was fast, almost hidden. But it's leading to a dark prediction. The game is now being watched by outsiders. Not just VIPs, but entire governments, organizations, or elite bidders. Could this season show the game turning into global entertainment? A secret sport for the ultra-rich? And if that's true, is anyone really safe anymore? Another big theory: the players were not chosen randomly. This time, they might be selected based on how they handled trauma, decisions, or guilt in the past. Emotional profiles, as hinted by the biometric scans in the clip, suggest the game isn't just looking for desperate people, it's looking for broken minds. And it wants to see what happens when you push them too far. And here's the twist that could flip the entire season upside down. What if this group is not competing for money at all? There was no prize mentioned in the clip. No number, no money shot, just choices, fear, and silence. Some believe this group is not in a game, they are being punished. Or tested for a future role. Maybe they're being prepared to become guards? Or worse, the next generation of masked leaders. Finally, there's Jae-hun. He's not in the clip, but that doesn't mean he's gone. Fans believe he's watching or controlling. His red-dyed hair from Season 2 might connect with the red lighting used in this clip. Symbolism has always mattered in Squid Game, and that could be a hidden clue that he's not just playing anymore, he's planning. So what should we expect in Episode 1 based on this clip? A fast death, a silent room, and a choice that decides everything. But deeper than that, we should expect betrayal, mistrust, a test of humanity disguised as a game, and above all, the realization that no one in the room truly understands the game they've entered. Season 3 isn't just about playing to win, it's about surviving long enough to learn the rules before they change again.